Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Sarah. In this video, I'm super excited. I'm going to be doing a review of the new Natasha Denona Circo Loco palette. So if you're interested, keep watching and let's do this. Alright guys, let's get into this review. If you are new here, I am Sarah and I am a makeup addict, an eyeshadow junkie. I just simply love eyeshadow. And if you're not new here, welcome back. So let's get started. This is the new Natasha Denona Circo Loco eyeshadow palette. I'm super excited. I love bright eyeshadow looks. I like bright colors, so this palette really spoke to me. I was super excited for her to push out all these shades, these bright shades. This is not normal for her. This is out the box for her. So this is the palette. It's her 15 pan palette, so it is one of her larger palettes. So this palette is a limited edition palette and it is a $129 palette. I know we have been spoiled with the $65 palettes. I wish she would have made this one of her smaller palettes that was $65, but it is what it is. You can find this palette at Sephora, Beautylish, or her brand website, Natasha Denona. I picked this one up at Sephora when it was released. I think it was March 15th, and I got it in 2 days. I know I am late reviewing this. I was sick for the last week, and I'm finally opening the palette. I just opened it today. I did my swatches, took pictures, everything. I mean, I'm so excited. I still have the swatches on my arm. I will show y'all swatches because I do personally love watching a swatch of an eyeshadow. It's actually really relaxing to me. Now this is 15 brand new shades that she came out with. It is her classic matte formula and metallic formula. I can honestly say that all of the shades are on par. They are creamy, they are pigmented, they are buttery. Yes, 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 yes. Every one of these shades is yes. The palette also has the push to where you can push the pans out if you want to create your own, rearrange them and create your own little color stories. That's how every one of her palettes is. If you do not know that, I will show you for reference some of a comparison of the bigger palettes. This is her new Triochrome palette. It's the same size as that one, so that's the size of the palette. It's the larger shades, just like this is her Tropic palette. Those are the larger pan palettes. Let me see if I have one right here that is, yeah. So this one is the $65 palette. So this is how it's going to compare to the $65 palette. So let's see. Let me open it up and see. So you can see how much smaller the pan sizes are compared to both palettes. So those are the both palettes. So you could see the Circo Loco is her larger pan palettes, and this is the Glam palette. And you can see how on the Glam palette the shades are smaller. The palette is a circus theme, so it's more of like a pastel design. Keep in mind she does have a couple of pastel shades in here, and most of them are vibrant shades. It is the plastic packaging, really nice. It comes with a very large mirror and 15 pans. It has a 24-month shelf life and is made in Italy. This palette, to me, it screams you could do actual really pretty photo shoot looks, or you could actually tone it down for more of everyday looks. You could do one wash of color or just a pop of color. That's how I could see this palette being used. Now for the actual color story itself, it might seem jumbled to some. From what Natasha says, she did make the shades horizontally like she always does. She does, I don't know if you know, but if you are familiar with Natasha's palettes, she kind of, her color stories go in rows, so you could actually go by the row to make a eye look. So like this is the triochrome palette. This row, this row, this row can make different eye looks. I mean, of course you can mix and do whatever you want with it, but it is curated to where the rows can actually do one look. That's how she makes her palettes. So with this one, I know to some it looks jumbled and it might be a little fearful, I might say, but don't be scared. This is a beautiful palette. If you love colors, if you love vibrant colors, you're gonna love this palette. So I know that the color story does look jumbled for some, but she actually says that you could do vertical rows of 3, you could do diagonals of 3, or the quads of 4 to create different eye looks. So you could do 4, these 4, or like I say, pick what you want and do what you want. And you also have that nice option of pushing your pans out and creating your own color story, because not a lot of brands actually do that at all. They do not give us that option. We'd have to heat it out or wiggle it out to actually get that pan out the palette. But these are where they have little poke holes where you can poke them out and you can rearrange them however you want. So that is an extra added benefit to having her palette. So I'm going to show y'all some swatches that I did. If you're like me, you're going to enjoy the swatches. So sit back and enjoy. Alright guys, are y'all ready for some swatches? I'm going to start with the first row. This is Firework. It's going to be a vibrant orange. That is so pretty. Then we'll have Razzle Dazzle, which is a vibrant fuchsia. Then we'll have Acrobat, which is a cobalt blue matte. Beautiful. Then we have Snow Cone, which is a sky blue. This is absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous. Look at that color. Oh my gosh. The last shade in this row is Cotton Candy, which is a pastel pink. This is another matte. It's very pastel. Build it up a little bit. Oh, that is so pretty. On to the second row, Electric, which is a royal blue. Gorgeous. Oh my gosh. I love that blue. It is a true royal blue. Then we'll have Grin, which is a gold. And that's another shimmer. Absolutely beautiful. Then we'll have Cannon, which is a vibrant bronze. Yes, that is so pigmented. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. Next we'll have Flip, which is a teal. And this is a shimmer. Look at that, how it glides on like butter. Beautiful. Then we'll have Fun to Mime, which is a pastel blue. Beautiful shade. Beautiful shade. So for the last row, but not least, in this palette, it's going to be Spiral, which is a orange. So this is another metallic. And that is a true orange. That is so pretty. Next we'll have Magic, which is a purple blue, and it's a matte. Absolutely beautiful. Look at that color. How vibrant. Absolutely beautiful. Next we'll have Aerialist, which is a pastel lavender. Look at that shade. Look at that shade. Yes. Next we'll have Act, which is a vibrant violet. That is so beautiful. Look how vibrant that color is. Last shade is called Joker. It is a vibrant pink. Look how bright this pink is. Wow. Let me build that up a little bit more. Oh my gosh, look at that color. Y'all, this is the whole palette swatched. Alright guys, now I'm going to show you how I got this eye look. I am going to start doing 2 looks, 1 palette, 3 looks, 1 palette, but with this video, when I'm actually reviewing the actual palette itself, I think it's just too long. So I only did 1 look today, but I am going to video some other looks with the palette and I will share it with you. So let's get into it. Ready, set, eyes. Let's do it. Y'all, I'm so excited. I haven't even took the swatches off my arm because they're so beautiful. I'm just looking at this palette and I'm like, I just want to use every shade. I want to use every shade. I really want to do an all orange look. I really can't get those good orange colors, and I love the orange shades in this palette. So yeah, I'm definitely I'm gonna try to do more looks with this palette as a separate video, so it won't be so long. But this, let's see, I'm gonna start off with Fun to Mime, which is the shade right here. It is that pastel blue, and I'm gonna try to use that as a transition color, or to give my crease a little depth. Ooh, a lot of kickback in the pan, but that could mean that the shades are really pigmented. So one suggestion that I have that I always do is I always tap my brush on my hand, and it kind of takes off that excess powder that might fly on your face, even though I don't have any face makeup today. So I'm going to use that Fun to Mime shade and kind of, let's see, let me use that. That is a very vibrant pastel. Sometimes it's hard to get these pastels to show up. You really have to build it, and that's only one swipe. That is so pretty. If you would like, you could use that just as a one and done shade. Absolutely beautiful. That shade is so beautiful. Yes, I love it. You know, Natasha, she like curated this palette for me because she knows I love colors. Me and her go way back. No, just funny. I'm going to take this Makeup Institute S201 pencil brush and kind of to detail my outer V. So I'm going to use the Acrobat shade right here, which is that cobalt blue. And I'm really going to define and make into line how I want it. So I'm just going to pack that on. Oh, so pretty and so pigmented. So I'm not just pressing, I'm actually blending as I press. want to bring that shade all the way in. I don't want to lose that color. That is so pretty, so pretty. I'm going to go back in with another pencil brush. This is Makeup Institute S202. It's just a little bit more soft. It's not as firm as the other pencil brush I use. And I'm going to pick up that shade Fun to Mime again. That pastel blue. And I'm just going to go right over that to kind of blend it a little bit. Because I don't want to lose that shade either. Kind of just going right over the edges just to blend. That's so pretty, girls. Natasha does say that you could use this formula wet or with your fingertips to get the best color payoff for her metallics. And then you can keep it like this. You can fade it out a little bit and swipe something over the lid. But I gotta use my shades. I gotta use my shades. I gotta use my shades. So I'm gonna go right in with Electric, which is this shade right here. And that is that royal blue. That is a true royal blue. I'm going to pick up my Hank & Henry brush, Liz, which I love to do this. Alright, so I did dampen my brush. And I'm going to go right into that electric color. And I'm going to put that right on my outer third. Right where that, see where that cut is? I'm going to place it right there. Let's see if you could see this. You look down. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Let's just take it in a little bit more. Making sure we're keeping it a little bit blended right there. Absolutely beautiful. That's beautiful. Let's do a little bit more color. So I'm going to use the shade right here called Cannon. And I'm going to place that right in the center. And I'm going to use flip my brush, and I'm going to use the same brush. And I'm going to place that right in the center. Oh my gosh, yes, so pretty. Look at that shift. That's so pretty. Yes, girl. And then for the shade that I've been dying to play with, this is my favorite color in the world. I love blue. Blue is my favorite color ever since I was a little girl. This is that sky blue, y'all. Sky blue. Oh my god, it's so pretty. I can't wait to put it on my eyelid. So I'm going to pick up that shade and I'm going to place that in the inner. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Y'all. Look at that color. Oh my gosh. Yes. That is so pretty. I do want to take it a little bit higher. Oh, gorgeous, gorgeous. I'm going to use the same, I'm going to follow the same almost with my lower lash line. I'm going to do the acrobat and kind of create a little wing right here to match up to my line. I'm also going to trace a little bit over because I don't want to lose that color. And then I'm going to go back in with the electric, and I'm not scared to use shimmers on my bottom lower lash line. Try it, you'll love it. So I'm going to put that on the center. And I'm going to make it meet that sky blue color. That's gorgeous. Gorgeous. Y'all, you could use these. These are so creamy that you could use this as eyeliner. I'm going to use a Makeup Institute little fluffy brush, and I'm going to pick up that Fun to Mime shade, and I'm going to sweep that over my bottom lash line just to blend everything together. Make sure I hit that because I want this all to be blended and look seamless. I am going to pull an accent palette. That's what I call them. My accent palettes. I always have this, some palettes on hand. I have like an all shimmer palette or an all matte palette. Just for an eyeshadow palette that I need to pull an additional shade just to create that, finish off that eye look. So this is the Viseart palette. This is the neutral matte eyeshadow palette from Viseart. I love this palette. It has so many transition shades. I know people look at it and be like, oh my god, it's all mattes and it's this. But look how many transition shades this is. And also it has this black and this gray shade right here that you could deepen up any eye look. You could deepen up any eye look with these shades. So I use this shade right here and this shade right here the most. So I'm going to use the lighter shade to highlight my brow bone. And I'll also use that lighter shade to lighten up my inner socket right here. Always like that lightened up, really bright right there. Most of the time I always pull that palette and it stays right here in my top drawer. So then I'm going to go back. I know it seems like a lot, but it's a process. Then I'm going to go back in with that fluffy brush that I blended out the bottom lash line, and I'm just going to go over these colors and kind of make sure that everything is blended and smooth. So for my waterline, I am going to pick up one of my gel liners from Shany Cosmetics. This is their pot liners. I love these. These are old school, but they still work. I'm going to use their... I'm going to use shade 02, and I'm going to line my waterline with that. Alright guys, so I'm going to go do the rest of my eye look off camera. I'm going to pop on some lashes and I'll be right back to discuss this palette. Alright guys, I hope y'all enjoyed my tutorial of how I got this eye look. I had fun making it. I was super excited. Now let's get to the nitty gritty. Should you buy this palette? Who should buy this palette? If you love colors, I would say it's gorgeous. Now they do have this Sephora sale coming up, so you might want to wait to that sale. You get an extra discount off the palette. If you are a Natasha Denona lover, you would definitely want to pick this palette up. I do wish it came into the $65 eyeshadow palette, but we was spoiled for a little while. Personally, I love this palette. I can honestly say I love this palette. If you like bright, vibrant colors, this palette is for you. I just absolutely love it. I love it. I love Natasha Denona's formula, though. Her mattes are unmatched. The blendability of her mattes is just unmatched for me. I'm happy I made this purchase. I love it. I would recommend this palette to anyone that loves vibrant colors, that loves Natasha Denona. I can promise you that you will not be disappointed. You will not be disappointed. This shade right here, Snow Cone, that baby blue shade, I love that shade. That shade is gorgeous. Just gorgeous. Added into my collection. Just gorgeous. I can't wait to play with this palette some more. If you're someone that is a one and done palette, you might not want this palette because you probably might have to pick up shades from other palettes. I don't mind dipping into other palettes. I don't mind accent palettes. That's what I call them, accent palettes. I keep right in my drawer right here. I always keep this Viseart. This is the Neutral Matte eyeshadow palette. I love this palette. It has so many transition shades to choose from. And it has this black and this gray color right here, where you could deepen up any eye look with this palette. And I have this dark brown, so you could deepen up any eye look with this palette. I use this on my brow bone and my inner corner to brighten it up. I keep it right here. My most picked stuff I have this rolling cart, and I keep it right here. This is my most used, well, most grab for stuff. This is one of the most grab for items also. This is the Huda Beauty Gemstone Obsessions palette. This is another great palette. It has all shimmers. So if you're playing with a palette and you need to get a brighter shimmer, that's the palette that you're going to pick up. It has all shimmers in it. So I do not mind that. But if you do mind that, it might not be the palette for you. If you're scared of colors, this might not be the palette for you. Yes, I will always be honest, always. But for my vibrant girls, yes. And for my Natasha Denona lovers, even though you do not use vibrant colors, this might be one that you don't pass, because you could get, like I said, you could get an all over shade. You could do toned down shades. You could just get that one pop of color. But this is the end of the video. I hope y'all enjoyed. If y'all have any questions, ask me below. I will love to answer them. Until next time, guys, y'all stay blessed.